the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it, because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. Everybody comes in, your grandmother.
Unbelievable.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Bad deal, should have never been thought of.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother. They're coming all over the place.
And this is just the beginning of America First.
They've banned the Muppets.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position. Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother.
Imagine if I lose my whole life, what am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate.
They weren't coming because they couldn't get in.
I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
You know, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Because my dad had 2 kids by the time he was 27. Yeah. And I'm like, man. You know what the problem is though?
Everybody comes in, your grandmother.
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
That the most potent force in the Republican Party is President Trump. We need Trump plus.
They're coming all over the place. Everybody comes in, your grandmother. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet.
And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's, this is on live television, and he's like,
They've banned the Muppets.
So stupid, so stupid. Thank you, thank you.
They have now banned 6 books from Dr. Seuss and experts. Much more do you need to see before all of America wakes up and goes, this is fascism? Before all of America wakes up and goes, this is fascism. Of America wakes up, is fascism. America wakes up and goes, this is fascism. Is fascism.
They've banned the Muppets.
And there is a natural pendulum to politics. And the country will come back to sanity, and mark my words, stick together and defend liberty, defend the Constitution, defend the Bill of Rights of every American. In the immortal words of William Wallace, freedom!
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
I hate the white man. He's of the devil. He was made in a cave in the worst parts of Europe, produced from the lowest forms of humanity.
Not good. Believe me, not good. Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that. Running against the worst
words of William Wallace. Freedom! Freedom! Freedom!
I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics.
This is fascism.
So stupid, so stupid. Thank you, thank you.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
William Wallace, freedom!
Not good. Believe me, not good.
No good. No good. No good.
No good. Really bad for you. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. Let me just tell you, I get along with everybody, which is my obligation to my company, to myself itself. Obviously, the war in Iraq is a big, fat mistake, all right? And then they have cans of soup. Soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it, and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick, because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's and when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
This is fascism.
At the most potent force in the Republican Party is President Trump. We need Trump plus.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. They're coming all over the place. Everybody comes in your grandmother.
Hello, users! Hello, my precious users, and welcome to the broadcast. Emphasis on broad. As this is a very broad stream. This is gonna be a lot harder than I thought. Alright, so, how's everyone doing today? I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, I'm just trying to, I need to get that. My pillow is just a platform. I need that. Someone get that for me. Someone get that for me. I need that. My pillows. I forgot about that. Let me turn my heater off. It's plenty warm in here. Alright, folks. So I got really, really high last night. I dabbed a bunch because I was very stressed out. So I was like, you know what? It's been a month since I smoked weed. Let me get really fucked up. So I got so fucked up that I passed out at like 8 or so p.m. And I woke up like an hour or two ago. And I've got a lot of residual effects. So please bear with me if I'm a little slow. If I'm a little, not quick. If I'm slow. Please bear with me. I like bears. They're pretty cool. I've got some moldy coffee right here. Oh, God. Woo! Alright, so, I'm trying to stay alive. That's what I am trying to do. I'm attempting to do so. So, I guess we should get into this first. This should really, because I kind of teased this. This was toes. What is the past tense of teased? Like toes? Right? Because it's like, there's another weird, like you sneezed, and then past tense is snows. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Anyway. Alright, so resident dumb bitch Glenn Beck had some very interesting words to say a couple days ago on his program on the hit network that everyone loves, The Blaze. So he had a little bit of a meltdown. I teased this a little bit during the intro. And so let's see what Glenn Beck has to say. Now, again, there's been the woke mob, folks. The woke mob has been out of control lately. Like, the woke mob is running through the streets of our culture, and they're rioting and looting our culture. First, they came for the Muppets, and I said nothing because I wasn't a Muppet. Then they came for Dr. Seuss, and I said nothing because I wanted a doctor. And then they came for Potato Head. And you know what? I have to say something because I am a potato head. And Glenn Beck, what's the difference at this point? Is also a potato head. Let's watch.
They have now banned 6 books from Dr. Seuss.
Now, I just want to say, I had an argument with one of my family members about this. Now, I know, right? I know. You're thinking, what? But this is what they're doing. Now, the whole, I want you to understand, when I cover this, it's fun to make fun of these dumb motherfuckers. Absolutely. Without a doubt. These people are dumpster sludge, right? But listen to the way they speak. Everyone knows what Dr. Seuss is, or who Dr. Seuss was, right? For example, I used to, we used to celebrate his dumbass birthday in elementary school for me, right? So everyone knows Dr. Seuss. So listen to this, the way that they say this. They banned Dr. Seuss, right? As if it's oh, can you believe it? Oh, what are they doing? And then you also have to listen to they. Who is they? All throughout these people's speeches, the they is always different. They came for Dr. Seuss. Who's they? They came for Potato Head. Who's they? These are all corporations making decisions, right? These are all different people making different decisions. But it's always the nebulous they, right? That way, they, being Glenn Beck, can convince you, oh all these people, they're coming for your culture. So I want you to understand that. So let's get into this.
Dr. Seuss, you can no longer print these 6 books.
Now, what was Glenn Beck saying when transgender people were banned from the military? When transgender people got canceled? Back, was that in 2017? What was Glenn Beck talking about how cancel culture is stricken again? The woke PC mob, the PC police, everyone. First, right, they came for us or whatever, and then blah, 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 and now trans people are canceled. Was Glenn Beck talking about that? Something leads me to believe he was supportive of that policy. For example, what about the school teacher in Texas who got fired because she didn't sign a loyalty pledge to Israel? She was canceled because she just decided, you know what, Israel's not my favorite government in the world. She was canceled from being able to teach children in Texas, a free speech violation. Was Glenn Beck going about cancel culture back then? No. But when it's Dr. Seuss and Potato Head, toys for children, and I want you to understand this, why this is so important to them. It's for children. There's that childhood aspect to it. Again, this goes with the QAnon thing and the Save Our Children bullshit. It's all about the children. Oh, the kids won't be able to read Dr. Seuss. You've already read Dr. Seuss, you fine, upstanding American. But now your kids won't be able to.
I ran a zoo, and I think I saw it on Mulberry Street. Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Egg Super, The Cat's Quizzer.
I love
this,
how
according to a panel
he says
of
that like
educators
so confused
and experts. They are banning Dr. Seuss books. Are banning. They are banning Dr. Seuss books. How much more do you need to see before all of America wakes up and goes, this is fascism? This is fascism.
Right, so it's not fascism, again, when trans people are canceled from being able to join the military. It's not fascism when poor people, disproportionately trans, are not allowed to acquire public housing for being trans or gay or whatever, right? You know, that's not fascism. That's great. That's just all-American, pick yourself up by your bootstrap shit. But when a popular, book from someone who's dead, by the way, but when his family, right, who controls the publishing apparatus for Dr. Seuss, when his family decides, you know what, some of these books aren't that great, let's just get rid of some of them, and then, that way the rest of Dr. Seuss's legacy can be more adequately preserved and without that kind of smudge on it, right? Their decision to treat their grandparents or uncles or whatever the fuck, I don't know, right? Their decision at their corporation, at their private institution, their decision is all of a sudden, that's fascism. The government literally banning transgender people from working in the government, that's fine. That's pick yourself up by your bootstraps, right? But a private corporation making a private decision about what to privately publish, that's fascism? Now let's get into Potato Head.
You don't destroy books.
The books aren't being destroyed. They're just not publishing more of them. So publishing is when you turn paper and other materials into a book that has words and pictures on it. That's publishing, right? You have a tree, right? And then you tear down the tree and then you write a bunch of papers and pictures on it. That's publishing. They're not rounding up Dr. Seuss books and throwing them into the fire pit. The ones that are already there, they're already published and therefore they already exist, right? So they're not banning them. It's not fucking soldiers, cops are gonna knock on the door like National Guardsmen. Do you have any Mulberry Street Dr. Seuss books? We're collecting all these 6 books. These are the banished books. Do you have any Dr. Seuss? We'd like to scan your bookshelves. Sir, ma'am, I understand you're being very upset. Please get out of the way, ma'am. We need to collect your Dr. Seuss books. They are banned. That's not happening, motherfucker.
What's wrong with us, America? Go out and buy those books today. Find out if you can get them.
Wait, whoa. I thought they were banned. Wait. What? I thought they were banned. How are we going to go out and buy the books if they're banned? Are you joking? Wait, whoa. So, okay, the books are banned. They're censored. It's fascism, right? But you can go buy them.
Buy Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Because it's the end of an era. It is the end of freedom in America, where you are bullied to the point to where you better not have that book. The words of William Wallace. Freedom!
Oh my god. I just these people are just again, trans people being banned from the military, whatever. Trans and gay people being banned from public housing, whatever, it's no big deal. Teachers getting fired because they don't pledge an oath of loyalty to a foreign country, that's not a huge deal. But Dr. Seuss's private publishing company deciding to no longer continue to produce certain books, that's fascism in America. A toy that's literally designed to be gender fluid. It's fucking Potato Head. You can take the hair off and put different hair on. You can take the lips off and put different lips on. You can take the nose off and put different noses on. The most gender fluid toy in the possible existence of this world. Having more accurate packaging or whatever. All of a sudden, fascism is here, folks. Oh my god, this shit's so dumb. But again, this is how they get old people to... This is outrage porn for old people. This is outrage porn. Again, I had someone in my family who was talking to me yesterday and was like, did you hear what they did? And it's who's they? Who's they? What did they do now? Did you hear? They turn back. Did you hear what they did? Well, who's they? Isn't it interesting that the same people that will use they for everybody, right, are also the same people that have the biggest problem with using gender neutral pronouns? It's they. Are you saying you want me to say they in conversation? I've never said they. I don't know how to say they. Did you hear what they did with Dr. Seuss? It's what the fuck? No, I didn't hear what they did. Please let me know and identify who they is. And that's the other problem is Glenn Beck isn't going to tell you who they is. Who's they? We don't know. Oh, you look it up. Oh, it's the people, it's the literal descendants of this person making a decision at their corporation. That's what they did. Oh, who did this thing with Potato Head? Was it the government infringing on, was this in the recent bill? You can't have, gendered potatoes? No, it's just the private company of Hasbro deciding, we're going to slightly change our packaging. Oh, it's just, they're the they. So the people that own the rights to that product, they are the they. Oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But no. They are coming. What the fuck? Oh, it's so ridiculous. So goddamn dumb. All right, folks, what else do we got? Right, I wanted to talk about that other... No, should I talk about that now? Yeah, fuck it. Speaking of other Glens, there's some other Glens. There's a group of Glens out there. I would call them a they, potentially. A specific group of Glens. I don't know. The Glens are not sending their best. I can tell you that right now. The whole illustrious, secret cabal of Glens, they're not... You got Glenn Beck... You got Glenn Greenwald. They're not sending their best, folks. Are you ready for this one? I hope there's no Glens in the chat, for y'all's sake. Max is being too cute. That's right, I'm talking about you. He's looking at me. Who are you talking about? What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth, doggy? Jesus Christ. What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth, doggy? Did you swallow it? What did you do? Oh, look at him. He had something in his mouth, but I don't know what it was. It might have been like stuffing from his toy. Oh, what are you doing? Why'd you swallow stuffing? Why'd you do it? Oh, why? Why? Why'd you do it? Oh. Look at this dog. Have you seen this dog? Have y'all seen this motherfucking dog? Doggy, oh. Thank you, doggy. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Oh, here he goes. Here he goes. I love him. I love him so much. Have you finished those errands? I have not finished my errands, unfortunately. Alright, folks, let's talk about the dumb bitch that I had queued up earlier before Max decided to consume an unknown substance. Alright, folks, so, right, we got some dumb motherfuck bitches up in this shit. I probably shouldn't start. Okay. So we've got some very unintelligent individuals up in this location. So here's a video of Glenn Greenwald. Now, I don't know why Glenn Greenwald continues to be like doing this like bizarre thing where he's just getting more and more strange, like more and more bizarre, and it's like, what? You know, like, so Glenn Greenwald a couple months ago, I started noticing this trend where he started going on, okay, so what happened was he wanted to publish a story on the laptop from hell. You know, Hunter Biden's laptop at his, the journalistic outlet that he co-founded, The Intercept. And his editor was like, I mean, you know, your story's a little bit long and it kind of says the same thing over and over again. Can we have a few touch-ups? And he's like, no! My free speech is under attack. You want to limit the redundancies in my story? I'm being censored. I'm being censored. So he cried censorship when someone wanted to remove his redundant kind of, you know, verbiage in his story. And then he published the garbage story on his Substack, which was very, you know, not that great. And then I noticed immediately afterward, he did this like victory lap. Like he did like a tour around media, including going on Joe Rogan's show, right? And he went on Joe Rogan's show to talk about how trans kids are not that great and how they're stealing and ruining the lives of real women and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I've got friends who are trans and they're saying that they don't like their kids and I'm Glenn Greenwald, look at me. Right? And then recently I covered this, he uploaded a 40-minute manifesto about attacking trans people, bisexual people, says that there's no true bisexual. Unless you're split right 50-50, you're not a true bisexual. You're just a straight person pretending to be bisexual, or you're a gay person pretending to be bisexual. There's no middle ground. You can't actually just, you know, be bisexual. It's just impossible. And so then yesterday or the day before, I don't know when he did this. It might have been the day before. It might have been yesterday. Well, actually, it's there's the date up there. It's March 1st, apparently. But either way, so this guy goes on another podcast, right? And he talks about how Tucker Carlson and Steve Bannon are socialists. Let's watch.
And I, you know, would describe a lot of people on the right as being socialists. I would consider Steve Bannon to be a socialist. I would consider the 2016 iteration of Donald Trump, the candidate, to be a socialist based on what he was saying. I consider Tucker Carlson to be a socialist. You know, now if you have Governor
Look
Cuomo,
at this guy. This guy is just like absorbing that information. Like this guy's moving around a bit. Their webcam's a little shitty. You can barely tell what's going on. But this guy is like, what? Am I getting a golden ticket here?
Tucker Carlson to be a socialist. You know, now if you have Governor Cuomo who wants to give, you know, tens of millions of dollars to Amazon to bring an office to New York, you have AOC, an actual self-identified socialist, standing up and saying, this is outrageous. And then you have Tucker Carlson going on his Fox News program and saying, I agree with her completely. because I think people are realizing that neoliberalism doesn't work. And I think the real right-left difference, to the extent that those terms even have any currency or coherence, I think you see in France too, like Marine Le Pen, you know, the fascist far-right candidate, when she ran both times, she ran to the left of Macron for sure, but even the French socialists, in terms of wanting to give workers better benefits and better pensions. So I think...
So, okay, now, this is the dumb bullshit where people don't know, but the Nazis were socialists. What? Okay, so, yes, right? If you want to redistribute all the resources of your government, now, of course, the Nazis coined the term privatization. One of the first things that they did when they became powerful in government was sell off a lot of the things in their government's control to private corporations. But whatever, the Nazis are socialists, so let's run with it, okay? So if it's socialist to give healthcare to your citizens, okay, if that's what you define socialism as, right? Is there not a difference between, I don't know, let's say killing everyone of a specific race, and then, once you've killed them all or deported them all, then giving the resources to only the white people in your country? Right? If socialism is defined as using the government to do anything, then sure, I guess Marine Le Pen is a socialist. I guess Adolf Hitler is a motherfucking socialist. Donald Trump's a socialist, I guess. Right? Doing corporate tax cuts, giving all the government's money to rich people, that's socialism, I guess. Selling off government resources to rich people and private corporations, it's socialism because the government did something, right? What? So again, if your whole policy is we're going to get rid of all the immigrants from our country, and we're going to kill all the people we don't like in our country, and then we'll have a lot more money for the real white people, that's not going to the left of someone. That's called trying to appeal to the inner racism of the dumb fucks that are in your voting base. Right? If you, that's the whole thing with the immigration. People think the immigrants stole my job. The immigrants stole the job. My God-fearing Americans. Right? No, that's to get them to hate the immigrants. And then once you get rid of the immigrants, sure, maybe their lives will improve slightly because they'll have more of the distribution of tax money, right? But here's an idea. You can just do that without getting rid of specific populations. You don't have to get rid of the non-white people. You don't have to get rid of the undocumented aliens. You can just do those same policies and have more people pay into the pool, right? It's not socialism when the government does stuff. But Glenn dipshit fucking shit for brains motherfucking green ass dumb fuck Wald doesn't know the difference. Socialism is when the government does something.
So I think the vision is, you have this kind of right-wing populism, which really is socialism, that says we should close our borders.
That's not socialism.
Allow unconstrained immigration, and then...
I wish this clip were a little longer. But that's not socialism. Again, it's not populism either. If you convince people to hate immigrants, then you've convinced them to be racist, okay? And guess what? When you get rid of the immigrants, it's easier. When you get rid of all the non-white people, when you get rid of the trans people or the gay people, it's easier to enact an agenda that is racist because you have less diversity in the voting coalition. Right? That's the whole idea here, is they're trying to get rid of the people that don't vote for them. It's not socialism to deport people that don't vote for you. Is it socialism when Richard Nixon started the drug war to, quote, lock up the blacks and the hippies? Was that socialism? No, it's not socialism. Well, we put them into publicly owned prisons and then later sold them to private companies. But we put them in public prisons and then made them did labor for the government. It's socialism, right? What? Now, Glenn Greenwald, I know he knows what socialism means. There's no way he thinks that this is the definition of socialism. What he's doing is appealing to and building a right-wing base of viewership. Right? Anyone who's left of Hillary Clinton has canceled this dumb fuck by now. Right? Again, going on Joe Rogan's show to shit-talk trans people, going on Ben Shapiro's show to shit-talk trans people, crying about all this dumb bullshit, talking about how bi people are fake and don't exist, talking about how trans people are killing lesbians or something, right? And now calling Steve Bannon and Donald Trump socialists. What? What? Tucker Carlson's a socialist? He knows what he's doing, and what he's doing is lying for money. That's what he's doing. He's an unprincipled hack garbage can man, and the sooner you realize that, the sooner we can have a legit conversation about real things that matter. Like the fucking stream, folks. Like the motherfucking stream. How many times? I know, right? How many fucking times do I need to tell you to like the God-forsaking, or is it God-forsaken stream? It's not that hard. It's not. You just go like, click, and then it's done. You know, it's not like it's not like one of those game like cookie clicker or whatever the fuck that people play where you have to constantly click. No, you just click it once, bitch. You know, like when you go open another tab to check your Twitter page, you could just do that, except liking the stream. Fucking prick. Did I read about Stockton's UBI test? No, I did not. JL, $5 from the pair. Thank you. I liked the stream. Please stop badgering you. Alright, I'll stop badgering you. And instead, choose to raccoon you, you dumb motherfucker. Sorry, I was doing jumping jacks / masturbating. I mean, that's okay. As long as you like the stream afterward. Sam Cedar asked for likes once and he gets 300 likes. Yeah, that's because they are all watching the stream. I don't know who they are, but they're watching the stream. And they're not watching my stream, that's for sure. The woke mob, I think, is who I'm talking about. The woke mob. They're choosing to cancel my stream by not watching it and not liking the stream. It's truly unbelievable. It really is. So YouTube is telling me I've only got 30 likes. Is that possible? I'm going to refresh the page because that can't be possible. It's impossible that YouTube is telling me I've only got 30. There's no way. So I've refreshed the page and it appears it can't be true. It appears I've only got 34 likes according to reports. Is that possible? 72 viewers, 35 likes. Is that even possible? That is such a ridiculously low ratio. That's unbelievable. I couldn't possibly believe something that ridiculously unfathomable.
Unbelievable.
Ah. I have not, A234. Shut it all down. I might, actually. I've lost likes. I had 34, now I'm at 34, or 33. Y'all, is this a joke? Is this a joke? 34 likes and no family. Oh my god.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Fuck me. Let's waff something funny. I just played some funny stuff. I just played some funny ass stuff and y'all didn't care. Y'all didn't care. You were like, fuck the funny stuff. I'm gonna dislike the stream. Alright, let's do that thing where I look at Google News, see if there's breaking news. Is there any breaking news going on today? Ooh, there's some great apes were given the COVID vaccine. That's interesting. Pope Francis arrives in Iraq. Wow, that's extremely important stuff. Apparently Eric Swalwell is suing Trump. Let's actually read this. This is pretty good. This sounds pretty fun. Let's read this. All right. Okay, I'll read this. All right. Eric Swalwell's bringing it home, folks. All right, folks. See, this is what happens. This is breaking ass motherfucking ass. All right, so breaking news, folks. Breaking news. Eric Swalwell failed presidential candidate, decided to put forth a lawsuit against failed presidential candidate Donald Trump. This is failed presidential candidate on failed presidential candidate violence. They both lost. They're both losers. All right, so let's read. Former House impeachment manager Eric Swalwell has sued former president, also failed president Donald Trump, his son Donald Trump Jr., Rudy Giuliani, and Republican Representative Mo Brooks in a second major lawsuit seeking to hold Trump and his allies accountable for inciting the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. The new lawsuit filed on Friday by Swalwell, a California demon rat, who helped to lead impeachment arguments against Trump for inciting insurrection, follows a similar suit filed last month by Rep. Benny Thompson against Trump. I must have missed that. Giuliani and the extremist group, the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys. Swalwell's case makes some of the same claims as Thompson's, citing a civil rights law meant to counter the Ku Klux Klan's intimidation of elected officials. That's interesting. All right. But it also alleges Trump Jr., Giuliani, and Brooks broke Washington, D.C. laws, including an anti-terrorism act, by inciting the riot, and that they aided and abetted violent rioters and inflicted emotional distress on the members of Congress. The defendants, in short, convinced the mob that something was occurring that, if actually true, might indeed justify violence, and then sent that mob to the Capitol with violence-laced calls for immediate action, the lawsuit in Washington, D.C.'s Federal District Court alleges. I love this shit, to be honest. Again, Donald Trump is getting a grand jury in Georgia, right? Eric Swalwell is suing him in D.C. This is pretty fun, right? I'm sure, I want everyone to start. I think Trump needs to be battling every single lawsuit in the world, because that way he's just going to run out of money and then, flee the country and then, just, I don't know, have a heart attack or something. That would be great. Wow, this is a long article. Jesus. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But anyway, that's pretty cool. Got some breaking news in there. Shoutouts to Eric ass motherfucking ass. And, okay. Failed presidential candidate on failed presidential candidate violence. Are there FBI statistics on this? Because there should be. Also, public flatulence versus public flatulence violence when it comes to Swalwell versus Giuliani. That's other, there should be FBI statistics for that one. If you, for sure. For sure. My roommates bought a loaf of great value white bread. It sat on top of our fridge for over a year and no mold. That's because they probably put sugar and preservatives in that shit. That's incredible, though. I'm impressed. I'd like a vibe check if I could acquire such a check. I think I have to go pee. I'm pretty sure. When I say I think, it means I could hold it in and not do that, or I could not hold it in and then go pee and then have the rest of the stream be a lot more comfortable. So I'm considering doing that. Imagine if Trump goes from fascist to literally Hitler in the next election. Liberals will basically rehabilitate everyone who's a conservative. I mean, that's not unlikely as far as I see. We get it, Mike. You're from fucking Slavia. We get it. That would be like if I were to, as an American, and we get it, motherfucker. You're from frickin' Slovenia, alright? We understand, okay? You're from fucking, Slavia, Kalakalula, saliva. You're leaking saliva out of your fucking mouth. You're just like, that's you. I understand. I get it. It's all good. You don't have to tell us 38 times. Jesus. Anyway, on that note, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. My fucking goddamn hair is stuck in my headset. I can't take it off. This is what happens when you don't brush your hair, folks. Oh. Crap and Tosh. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I actually, I don't know. Usually I don't take bathroom breaks, but this is 2 days in a row. I can make my own shit. I can. Alright, Jesus Christ. I can never get comfortable. I can never get fucking comfortable in this goddamn fucking world. For those wondering, I ran up and down the stairs so that I wouldn't leave you hanging, because guess how many viewers I lost? I'm gonna look. So I had 78, now I have 69. I lost 10 viewers. These dumb, low attention span motherfucking losers are like, oh, the stream's gonna be on pause for 2 minutes, I gotta leave. That's what they're doing to me. That's what they're doing to me. That's what, do you see that? That's abuse. What that is abuse. These 10 motherfuckers, right? These are like the, like, I'm gonna be like the North Carolina state legislature, and these 10 motherfuckers are like the ones who voted to convict the president. I'm going to censure their asses. That is fucking abuse. I don't deserve this. I'm a human. I'm allowed to go pee. I understand. I understand, right? I understand. If, right? Okay, it's on break. I'll go open a second tab. Right? I'll go look at Twitter for a couple seconds as the break is happening. I understand. We all, like, this is why multiple tabs exist. What if you say, oh, they're on the cell phone? Well, guess what? Guess what, motherfucker? You can have multiple apps open at once on a cell phone. There is no excuse to turn the fucking stream off when I go to fucking take a break. I swear, I'm gonna have to start peeing in bottles. Y'all are treating me like Jeff Bezos treats Amazon employees. Seriously. That is Jeff Bezos behavior. That's what that is. I can't take a break without these motherfuckers. Now I've got 67 viewers. I've lost, what, 12? It's over. It's fucking over. I might as well give up. I might as well fucking give up, because that's what you people do to me. That's what you fucking people do to me. Now I have to sit here with Mike Silver talking about eating bread. Thanks a lot, assholes. Where's Bodan? I need Bodan in this chat. Oh my god. Shut the hell up, 0P. Oh, Jesus Christ. How am I gonna fucking bring the stream with me? What the fuck does that even mean? Bodan's here! Bodan isn't here yet. Nope, just kidding. Bodan has just arrived. Yo, Bodan, I got news, bud. Bodan, are you ready for this? Today, motherfucker. Today, bitch-ass McFucker. I am going to do a Doom stream today. I'm going to maybe complete, but I'm going to play some Plutonia 2, considering the last time I played that game was during the presidential debates. Can you believe that? That was like fucking 7 months ago, right? So I'm going to complete, I think. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll only do like, you know, I don't know where I am, to be honest, but I'm going to complete Plutonia 2, I think, later today. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to do more video game streams because I have been neglecting to do so, and I figure why the fuck not? Wow! Bodan is so excited. Bodan's day has been saved. Bodan's day has been saved. Yo, I want to share something with y'all. Check this out, okay? I'm going to, like, these are the people, right? These are like the Republicans, right? Who, after trying to steal the election, were like, oh, just kidding. Never mind. Look at this. So, okay. So you see at the very top, that's when I went to go to the bathroom, right? 2 minutes. I was gone for 2 minutes, okay? Right, and then they all left. They left en masse, right? And now they're going to come crawling back. They're going to come crawling back. Oh, I didn't mean to leave the stream. I didn't mean. When you said you were going to go to the bathroom, I thought that you were going to have the stream off for 30 minutes. I didn't know that going to the bathroom only took 2 minutes. I didn't know. I didn't mean to leave the stream. Look, they're going to come fucking crying their way back. They're going to come cringing and crawling all the way back to the fucking stream. No, bitch. No. No. I don't think so. Oh, Jesus. I could just sit here and, like, bully the stream for, like, 2 hours. See what I mean? Oh. Check this out. Yo, check this out. I'm about to blow your fucking minds, folks. Alright, I'm going to show you that y'all are full of shit. So, oh, look at me. I'm on my phone. I'm watching the stream on my cell phone. Ha ha ha. Hoo, 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 hoo. Right? Look at this. I got an advertisement. I'm about to skip an ad on my own stream. Can you believe it? I have to watch ads on my own stream. So look at this. Right? This is me, right? But like 10 seconds ago, holding my phone. Right? That's me. Right? Oh, the stream is on hold. Look, see, I'm holding the phone. And then look, see, it's happening, right? So, oh, I'm going to go do something else, right? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check Twitter. Oh, look at this. Look, I'm checking my Twitter. And guess what? The stream is still playing in the corner. It's still playing. Are you telling me your phone can't do this? Are you telling me that this is like technology that's unavailable? You see that shit? Look at that. The stream's playing. I'm scrolling through tweets. Right? Look at that. You see? Isn't that incredible? What technology we have in the year 2000. And guess what? You might be thinking, oh, but my phone's bad. This phone is 4 years old, motherfucker. I bought this phone in 2017. Okay? I bought this phone in 2000. You have an iPhone? Well, that's your first problem, motherfucker. That's your first problem. You have an iPhone? What? Look at that. You see that? I'm pretty upset 5 seconds ago. You have an iPhone? See? Look, I'm going to check this out. Look, I'm going to check this out. Oh, shit. I caught up. Anyway, Motherfucker. I was pissed off both in real time and in the past, and they were both fucking... Max, what the fuck? I love you. Oh, look at this doggy. Oh. Max was a little scared because, for those of you that don't know, I got really high yesterday. I got like really high yesterday. I got like, wow. You know, like I got like, whoa, buddy. I got like, whoa. And so Max was like kind of concerned for my safety. And over the course of the night as I was sleeping, by the way, I slept with no back problems. But anyway, as over the course of my sleeping, I would wake up with Max like on top of me, like his paws like at my neck, like ready to kill me at any point. Call into the show at Bodan. You know what, guys? I'm going to drink coffee right now. Bodan, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Back on. I had a very stressful day yesterday. For those of you that want to know the short of it, my doctor did not coordinate with my other local like laboratory where they do the blood shit. They did not coordinate well. And when I tried to fix the situation, right, they basically told me to fuck off. So, like, I'm in this, like, weird limbo period right now where I, like, don't know if I'm going to have medical care but maybe it's fine. I'm not sure. I don't know. So I'm in this weird limbo period. So I was pretty stressed. So I just decided to get shit-faced. I also had, like, a decent amount of vodka. So, but that, you know, I'm fine. So I did, like, fucking... Max, that's a bottle of hot sauce. You ruined it. You ruined it. Oh my god. So, I decided to dab like 15 times. Which again, I haven't, right, I haven't, done any marijuana in like 2 months or so almost. Like a month and a half. And I decided to like not take one dab, but I decided to dab like 15 to 20 times. And then I drank like 4 drinks in the span of like 45 minutes. And I got fucked up. So I went to bed at like 7:30 or 8, I think, and then like I woke up a few times, and then like I legit could barely walk. It was incredible. It was like I forgot how cool marijuana is, right, Max? Oh, God. Right, Max? Right? He says yes. Right? Dab is when you smoke concentrates, like wax, that kind of shit. Now tell me this, when was the last time you were high but not really high? Correct, never. You always get really high. Cannot even bother mentioning really. That's not true, Bodan. When I smoke every day, which sometimes I get into the habit of, when I smoke every day, I definitely do not get as high as I got last night. The high that I experienced last night was like higher than I've ever been in my entire life, I'm pretty sure. Because that was like almost a full reset on tolerance, and I had like the most like extensive possible amount injected into my bloodstream, basically. Like it was incredible. It was incredible. MJ is cool, but AIA is better. What is MJ? Michael Jackson? What is MJ? Mary Jane? What is that? Oh, I get it. Okay. You can all laugh at me for not knowing. Ah, thank you, Andrea. No problem. Hey, Els, $5. God tier level creator. Here's a few pennies. Keep doing your thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I create a lot, actually. I'm a look at this. You see this dog? I create this dog's happiness. Look, this dog would be depressed. If I were not here right now, this dog would be like, I'm a dog, I'm sad. Right? But because I'm here, this dog is like, I'm a dog, I'm happy. Right? You know what I mean? That's incredible. When you get high on weed for like the first few times, it's almost like a strong hallucinogen. No, for sure. This was definitely the highest I've ever gotten, because the first time I ever smoked weed was like very gradual, you know? But this time I dabbed like 15 to 20 times. and so like, you know, oops, right? But anyway, enough about me doing drugs. So let's actually talk about more news, shall we? Let me see, what else do we have here? What else do we have? Like I've got this. Should I do this? I like edibles to get to that level. I'm gonna make a new tincture very soon. But of course that takes like 2 at least weeks to steep properly. But I might have some left over. Bodan, I said Plutonia 2. I said Plutonia 2, motherfucker! Woo! Okay, anyway. I'm sorry, okay? I'm in a good mood, okay? Oh, Lord have mercy. No, this is sludge. You see this? This is fucking sludge. I already covered that. Glenn ass, motherfucking bitch ass McFuck. Here's another interesting article. So, okay. If I were to postulate for you, right? Who is more popular? Joe Manchin? You're about to say, who? Or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? You're about to say, yippee! Right? Guess what? There's an answer to that question. You're going to find out the answer right now. So, this is a Newsweek article. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, far more popular with Democrats than Joe Manchin. Poll. All right, let's read. Representative AOC D. Nye is far more popular with Democrats than Senator Joe Manchin D. According to polling conducted while the pair stand at odds on several issues. Ocasio-Cortez and Manchin have previously criticized each other on several points and have taken contradicting stances on a number of issues as of late. Manchin has pushed targeting stimulus check payments further, while with the White House having agreed with Senate Democrats to move to tighten eligibility requirements. That fucking sucks shit out of my asshole. This is a point AOC and other progressives have been against. He has also questioned raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour, suggesting $11 an hour instead. Ocasio-Cortez has strongly supported the $15 figure. The $15 minimum wage push has been hurdled by the Senate parliamentarians, ruling that it should not be passed through budget reconciliation. That is fake news. Newsweek is lying to you, folks. Newsweek is lying. Lying. Caught with their pants on fire. It has not been hurdled by the parliamentarians' ruling. No. That is a lie. The vice president is the presiding officer of the Senate, right? If the vice president wanted to say, hey, parliamentarian, thanks for the suggestion, but no thanks, she could. She has every power in the Constitution and the rules of the Senate to do that. She chooses not to. So, Newsweek is lying to cover for the White House right now. This is called access journalism, folks. Fake news. So, Ocasio-Cortez has suggested that this be overruled, a potential move Manchin has opposed. And, of course, an action the White House has indicated will not be taken. The White House has indicated President Joe Biden wants the minimum wage to increase to this point, and will pursue it through other means. Now, we'll see what that means. If that means getting rid of the filibuster, then all right, you know what? I'm all on board. If that means getting rid of the filibuster so we can pass fucking S1 and we can pass, like, you know, the Equality Act and we can pass all that shit with a 51-vote Senate, let's get it, bro. Let's have a good time. But if you're not ending the filibuster, guess what? I'm going to end your political career instead. Well, Ocasio-Cortez and Manchin's stances have clashed as of late. Polling has indicated that of the two, Democrats have a more favorable opinion of Ocasio-Cortez. In the Economist/YouGov poll carried out Feb 27 and March 2nd, 1,500 respondents were asked if they had a favorable or unfavorable opinion of each. For Ocasio-Cortez, 23% were very favorable and 17% were somewhat favorable. Among Democrats asked, 47% said very favorable and 28% said somewhat. For Manchin, overall, 3% said very favorable and 18% said so. Who's the 3% that said, yes, I love Joe Manchin, he's my guy? Like, who's the fuck? It's like, yeah, how do you feel about Joe Manchin? Oh, Joe Manchin, I love Joe Manchin, yeah! Like, what the fuck is that dumb bullshit? Anyway, among the Democrats asked, 4% said very favorable and 18% said somewhat favorable. What? Who does that? More Democrats had an unfavorable view of Manchin also, with 12% saying very unfavorable, 25% saying somewhat. For Ocasio-Cortez, that was 3% very unfavorable, 8% saying somewhat. So not only do people like AOC more, But people hate AOC significantly less. Like, the coalition of people that say, I hate AOC, is significantly less than the coalition of people that say, fuck Joe Manchin. All my homies hate Joe Manchin. Like, that's like, there's a, you know. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. Fuck Joe Manchin. Again, all my homies hate Joe Manchin. And if you live in West Virginia, what I suggest you do is call up that motherfucker's office and say, yo, where's my minimum wage, bitch? And well, don't say bitch, because then they're going to pretend you're a troll. But, you know, do so in the way that you need to do. But anyway, yeah, AOC's cool. For the most part. For the most part, I know asterisk in there, but, you know, she's a lot better than Manchass motherfucking in. Bada boom, boom, boom. Progressive basically doesn't mean anything at this point. Progressive is what it's supposed to mean is you're a left-leaning liberal. Like liberal is like Joe Biden. Progressive would be AOC or Bernard. In American political context. Every single president in the history of the U.S. is a male, except for Millard Fillmore, according to me from second grade. When I was first learning about the presidents, right, I read ahead, right? So I like would read all the presidents up until that point, and I was like, Millard Fillmore, he looks like a girl. You know, that's what I was thinking. And so, but like, I was super excited to get to Millard Fillmore because I thought that they were a woman, and then I was, unfortunately, my hopes were dashed, and I was told that he was in fact a man. But, you know, he kind of looked like a woman. And what kind of name is Millard? I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm 54 and hopelessly out of touch. Damn, bro. What the hell? Was actually a duck. Exactly. Millard the Mallard Fillmore. Woo! Mana. Is this your first stream, LZ? Are you new here? What's going on? All right. Millard Fillmore sounds like a Disney cartoon character. That's what I'm fucking saying. Like, what the hell? Who the hell names their kid Millard? Oh, what's their name? Millard. What? Like, oh, look at the baby. What's their name? Millard. It's just, what the fuck? Been watching since Nico? Okay, all right. You're just being very complimentary right now, so, you know, I'm just wondering. All right, let's see. I'm scrolling through Google News at this moment. Reminder, I will be doing a video game stream later today. I don't know what time. I should really come up with a time, but I plan on doing it like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe sooner than later. You got love. Speaking of love, if you love me in any particular context, the first way for me to get me to notice you is by sending me large quantities of cash, preferably on PayPal, Cash App, and Patreon. The links can be found in the chat room, in the description, and in my heart, folks. Thank you. Anyway, let's see what we got here. This could be interesting. Let's read this. Ugh. Sorry. I will never accept the love of poor people. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, obviously. Obviously. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Folks, it was a joke. It was a joke. Do I need to prove that that was a joke? Because I will. Obviously, folks, I will only love you if you give me money. Anyway, fucking hell. Oh, Lord, have fun, fucking motherfuck. Alright, so this is what a fucking photo this is. Look at this fucking photo. Look at that, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so, apparently Biden backs new war powers vote in Congress, White House says. I have not been following a lot of this, the foreign shit, foreign policy, because, one, I get really nervous talking about foreign policy because I don't know that much, and I would rather not say something stupid. So I kind of, I'm that's a little bit one of my blind spots. I'm working on it. I got books, that I'm reading and I'm trying to catch up, but, I don't want to say something stupid. So, and two, that's basically it. There is no two. So just, whoops. Anyway, so Biden backs new war powers vote in Congress. Now, that being said, obviously, Biden, killing 20 people, bad news, folks. That's no good. I read a report, I read a little bit about it. This morning, actually, about how Biden wants to, limit his strikes in Syria further, or what, some bullshit. But anyway, let's read this, because it might be interesting. President Joe Ass motherfucking Biden intends to work with Congress to repeal the war authorizations that have underpinned U.S. military operations across the globe for the past 2 decades and negotiate a new one that reins in the open-ended nature of Americans' foreign wars, the White House said Friday. This sounds pretty fucking good, right? This sounds pretty fucking good to me, right? This sounds good to me, when I hear needing more authority and approval when killing innocent people, to me, that sounds good, right? Obviously, I don't want to kill innocent people altogether, right? But the more authority you need, the more approval processes that stand in your way, the less likely it will be that those innocent people are going to be killed. Blah, blah, blah. In a statement to Political, Press Secretary Jen the Bitch Liar Psaki said that the president wants to ensure that the authorizations for the use of military force currently on the books are replaced with a narrow and specific framework that will ensure we can protect Americans from terrorist states while ending the forever wars. What terrorist threats? While ending the forever wars. Again, how about this? You don't get in any capacity to talk about ending terrorist threats when you won't lock up the entire Republican Party. Again, declare the Republican Party a terrorist organization. That's all you need to do. What they did in January was they tried to overthrow the results of an election because their guy lost. And they killed people in their effort to do so. Lock them all up. All the people that showed up, all the people in Congress that were supporting, aiding, and abetting them, all the people that voted to object to the election results, lock them up. You cannot possibly, we're very concerned that a terrorist 7,000 miles away from America is planning something. Okay. I'm so concerned. How about the motherfuckers in Congress that are planning on destroying the fucking election? How about that? Anything? No? All right. The olive branch to Capitol Hill marks the first time as president that Biden has publicly endorsed jettisoning resolutions passed by Congress a generation ago that have been used to justify military operations in places few envisioned at the time. The AUMFs include one passed after the September 11th terrorist attacks and another passed in the fall of 2002 ahead of the U.S.-led invasion of Iraq in 2003. Bad shit, folks. No fucking good. It comes just 2 days after a bipartisan group of senators led by Tim Kaine. Everybody, Tim Kaine. Folks, you know what that means?
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane.
Right?
Tim Kaine in
Tim Kaine, everybody. My man, Tim Kaine, who's currently in the membrane as he is being read by me on this article. And Todd Young introduced a bill to repeal the 2002 AUMF and one passed in 91 ahead of the first Iraq war. Senators proposed the measure amid bipartisan anger over Biden's decision to launch retaliatory airstrikes against Iran-backed militia groups in Syria last week without first seeking congressional approval. The operation frustrated many of Biden's allies on the Hill and renewed long-standing concerns among Democrats and Republicans alike that Congress has abdicated its constitutional role in declaring war and authorizing military operations. Tim Kaine while also being in the membrane, has been a leader on questions of war powers throughout his time in the Senate, Psaki said in her statement, and has helped build a strong bipartisan coalition that understands the importance of Congress's constitutional prerogatives. The spokesperson for Kaine, who, by the way, is not in the membrane, because I don't know their name, said the senator is already in bipartisan discussion with his colleagues and the administration. Senator Kaine, while exactly at this current moment in time being in the membrane, believes that President Biden, who has a deep understanding of both congressional and executive responsibilities, is in a unique position to help America restore balance in how we make decisions about war and peace, the spokesperson said. Imagine being a spokesperson, you don't even get your name read. Like, Jesus Christ, talk about getting snubbed, my lord. You do all this work for getting, like, Tim Kaine inside the membrane, and then after that you get nothing? An ideologically diverse group of senators have signed on to the Kaine-Young effort, a reflection of the fact that reining in presidential war powers has long been a bipartisan priority. Again, manipulating the idea that Republicans just want to attack Biden at any point, right, and just revoke his war powers at any point. Now, again, these same Republicans will support expanding the war effort if a Republican president gets back in. But because the Democrats in there, they want to, oh, look at me, we're being tough on Biden. So I say, abuse that. Their effort comes amid escalating tensions between the U.S. and Iran. The U.S. believes an Iran-backed group was responsible for rocket attacks Wednesday that targeted an Iraqi base that's housing American troops. Well, guess what? If you don't fucking shoot and kill them, they'll be less likely to shoot and kill you, okay? Again, remember when Biden was like, we're going to get back to common sense foreign policy, and then started shit-talking Iran. You got to get rid of your nukes. What? The U.S. got out of the deal. Just because you're in the president's seat now, Biden, doesn't mean that the U.S. isn't a shit-fuck country. Yeah, sorry that for the last 4 years we've been killing your top generals and fucking you over financially, economically, and with this pandemic, and we've been trying to kill your citizens. Sorry about that, but you gotta listen to me now, Jack. That's not how things work, you dumb fuck. So, still in the days following Biden's Syria strikes, lawmakers have questioned the White House's rationale and legal justification for the attacks. Biden said he ordered the strikes in self-defense after Iran-backed militia groups targeted U.S. forces in the region in recent rocket attacks. That explanation hasn't satisfied top Democrats who have used the strikes to revive their years-long push to scale back presidential war powers. Kaine, in particular, who, by the way, is also in the membrane, has warned of this potential for a tit-for-tat military conflict between the U.S. and Iran that could explode into a full-blown war. And Democrats have more broadly criticized the Biden administration for the lack of engagement with Congress in the first days, or rather in the days since the strikes. But unlike in previous administrations, the Pentagon did not cite any of the previous war authorizations as the legal justifications for the Syria strikes, signaling its plans to pursue a different approach. Instead, Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby pointed to Article 2 of the Constitution, right? Wait, which Article 2? Right, hold on.
Then I have an Article 2 where I have the right to do whatever I want as president, but I don't even talk about that.
Article 2, that's my favorite article, right after Corinthians 2, which grants the commander-in-chief not only the authority, but the obligation to protect American forces, as well as Article 51 of the United Nations chapter, which grants members the right to self-defense. Yet reaching agreement on a new authorization for the use of military force could prove exceedingly difficult. For instance, there remain widely divergent views on the scope or duration of a new congressional war resolution that would cover ongoing combat operations in numerous places like Afghanistan, Syria, and Iraq, including counterterrorism operations in dozens of other countries. Counterterrorism! Oh! Again, you're going to try to say, oh yeah, there's a group. There's like a couple people playing ping pong over in Iraq, and they're a threat to Americans. All right. Instead of, I don't know, the Republican Party who just tried to overthrow the election results, and by the way, who led us into a pandemic that killed 500,000 people, they're fine. They're not terrorists. No. It's the people playing ping pong over in Syria. Those are the terrorists. What the fuck? Former President Barack Obama also proposed replacing the current war authorizations, but failed to reach bipartisan consensus on the exact outlines. Again, I just want to end this segment with reiterating that.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
Going
Watch
in.
Hillary examine.
I fucked that up a little bit. Anyway, that's the segment. There we go. Check out Bernie's speech on Twitter. Bernie has a speech. Holy shit, folks. Hold up. Bernie Sanders. What's Bernard up to? Where's the speech? I don't see a speech. Unless you're talking about like a tweet. Where's the speech? You just lied to me. I've been lied to live on stream. Is it on the Senator account? Okay, you're talking about on the Senator account. There you go. There you go. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. All right, I'll play these clips. Why not? All right, so according to reports, Bernard Sanders, failed presidential candidate, that was probably cheated, but anyway, failed presidential candidate nonetheless. Bernard Sanders, current Budget Committee Chair, Chairman Bernard, is talking about $15 an hour. And he's got some clips that he's been reposting on his Senate account. So let's watch. Let's get into this and let's see what he's got to say.
The amendment which I am offering today to raise that minimum wage to $15 an hour is co-sponsored by Majority Leader Schumer, and I thank him for his strong support. Senator Patty Murray, who is the chair of the Health Education Labor Committee, Senator Ron Wyden, who is the chair of the Finance Committee, and many others in this chamber. In fact, this amendment is similar in many ways to the legislation that I have offered, which is co-sponsored by 38 members of the Senate. And let us not forget, this legislation was passed in the House, and I want to thank my friends and colleagues in the House Progressive Caucus for their extraordinary leadership on this issue. This amendment is supported by some 300 national organizations, including the AFL-CIO and virtually all of the major unions in our country. And I want to thank in particular the SEIU, one of the great unions in America, who have led this effort for years in terms of the fight for 15, where people working in McDonald's and Burger King have gone out on strike and said, no, we can't make it on $10 an hour, $11 an hour. And I want to thank the SEIU. And because this legislation will help workers all across the board.
Now, I just want to remind everyone that people like Joe Manchin and like the Republicans, they've never, ever had a conversation with a worker. Ever in their whole lives. They've never. Anyone who's ever making like minimum wage has never gotten an in-depth conversation with these motherfucking aristocrats. Bernie, on the other hand, he only talks to these people. So you just have to understand where this is coming from. This is a pretty good speech so far. I'll just play the rest of this clip. Why not?
Significantly help women who are unfortunately forced into low-income work more than the general population, more than men. And it will disproportionately help African Americans and Latinos who disproportionately are forced into low-income work. This legislation is supported not only by 300 organizations, but by groups like the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights. They understand that if we're going to improve the standard of living of the African American community, we got to raise that minimum wage. It is supported by the National Organization for Women, because again, this raising the minimum wage is a women's issue in a very significant way. Not totally, believe me, a lot of men out there who are working for $9, $10, $11 an hour, but disproportionately it impacts women. It is supported by UNIDOS and other Latino organizations, supported by the American Association of University Women, supported by Indivisible, Justice for Migrant Women, the National Domestic Workers Alliance, and the National Women's Law Center. And here is the simple truth, and that is that in the richest country in the history of the world, we can no longer tolerate millions of our workers being unable to feed their families because they are working for starvation wages. And that is not what I say, although I do say it. It's what the President of the United States says, who very,
I'm sorry, hold up. I'm sorry, that was gold. Although I do say it.
Although I do say it, it's what the President
one more
of the
time,
United States who feed their families because they are working for starvation wages. And that is not what I say, although I do say it. It's what the President of the United States says, who very, very strongly supports raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, and I thank him for his support. You know, when we look at the economy, people look at the stock market, they look at a whole lot of indices out there. But at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, what is going on in the lives of ordinary people? And it is not acceptable to me that half of our people live in paycheck to paycheck, and millions of people are trying to get by on $9, $10, $11 an hour.
An hour.
And you know what? You can't do that. You can't do that in Vermont, and you can't do it in California, you can't do it in Minnesota. You can't do that.
Say West Virginia. Come on, say West Virginia.
And our job is to make sure that we have an economy that works for all and not just the few. And that in order to do that, we are going to have to raise that minimum wage to $15 an hour. Frankly, it is disgraceful that Congress has not passed an increase in the minimum wage since 2007. Think of all the things that have transpired since then, but Congress has not raised the minimum wage since 2007. And the reality is that the minimum wage has lost over 30% of its purchasing power since 1968. Minimum wage is worth a lot less now than it used to be.
That's pretty good. We got a second clip here. Let's play. It's only 20 seconds.
Yes, and I want to thank in particular the SEIU.
It's just a little clip for them. All right, cool. There you go. Bernie's going in. He's killing it. Of course, speaking of killing it, Joe Biden has killed the minimum wage. That's not going to happen. We'll see, though. I mean, like, literally anything is possible, right? But, like, let's, curtail our expectations. Let's, again, Joe Biden and Kamala could have fought for the $15 minimum wage. They made a decision not to, because to them, doing a little bit of work, well, whatever, I won't do it. Hey, it's not going to affect their pay. I'd like to see if Kamala Harris and Joe Biden would get by on $7.25 an hour. I think, in my estimation, all elected officials should have to work on the minimum wage. That's what I think. If I were ever to gain a position of power, I would advocate for the salaries of all congressional, senators, everyone who's an elected official, governors, presidents. They should all be paid a $7.25, whatever the minimum wage is. That's what they should be paid, because then maybe they would have a little bit more of an interest in what the minimum wage is. Just maybe. Because they do a hell of a lot less work than people that work at Burger King or at a grocery store or people that work, at whatever the fuck. They do a lot less work. They go into their little Senate chamber, air-controlled Senate chamber. They sit around and fart up the fucking place for 3-4 hours a day. And then they go home. Sometimes they take weeks off. They get multiple paid vacations every year. They do a hell of a lot less work. Let's see them work at $7.25 an hour. Then maybe they'll have longer Senate sessions and congressional sessions. Maybe they'll do more work during those sessions. Maybe. Anyway, so shout-outs to Bernard Sanders, everyone going in. Yo, I got some super chats. Hold the phone. I got 70 Zars. Thank you for 70 Zars. I would appreciate that. I do, rather. JL, $20 from yo chat. We all love you. I guess the hearts are from my chat that were also in that super chat that I failed to read because they were symbols. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We love Bernard, don't we, folks? Bernard Sander, folks. Bernard motherfucking Sander. Why are people in the chat room yelling at each other? What's happening? Come on, y'all. We're all friends here. We're all friends here. No one needs to yell at each other. I promise you. I promise you no one needs to yell at each other. I got $10 on PayPal from one potato head to another. Bob. Thank you very much. Oh shit, I've got another one. I am begging you to cover the story about the court hearing for Richard Barnett. Read the transcript. He's the guy whose feet is on Pelosi's desk. And you freaked out in court yesterday because they won't release him. Only you can do this right. You're extra funny today, so thanks for that. I will do that tomorrow. That's all right. Thank you for the $10. I will put that in my sheet for tomorrow. The court hearing. All right. I will read that tomorrow. Thank you. See, this is what, this is what happens. You give me money and I'm likely to do things. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sounds up my alley anyway. But how's everyone doing? Can I get a vibe check? Everyone. Doesn't matter who's right. Doesn't matter who's wrong. The only thing that matters is pressing like on the goddamn stream, you motherfuckers. So yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to be streaming later. I'm going to be doing Doom. I'm thinking about just finishing up Plutonia 2, which is a Doom level set, for those of you that don't know, also known as a WAD. The last time I played it was, I think, during the first presidential debate. I'm pretty sure the last time I played it was during the presidential debate. Anyway, or like right beforehand, maybe. The AFL-CIO is going to support nuking the filibuster. Ooh, mama. Give me some more info on that. You're anxious about stuff? I'm anxious about stuff too, but I decided, fuck that shit. I had a very stressful day yesterday. I don't know what the result is going to be, but fuck it. I'm not gonna let other people ruin my fucking mood. Right? Why are you gonna let people ruin your vibe? You know what I mean? Don't do that. Fuck them. There's too much stuff on your plate. Oh no. Trying to free up your Sunday for the run day? I mean, I appreciate that. Wow. Mike, I know about the goddamn chair, okay? I'm working on it. I'm gonna try, alright? I know about the goddamn motherfucking chair. Don't clip that out of context. Just message me on Discord. Okay. Yo, that's rad. I'll put it in my sheet for tomorrow. Whoa. All right, y'all. Anyway, I've got some critical tweets here. You came back from the break and got mad at people who stayed. The Jeff Bezos people were already gone. Well, guess what? I'm allowed to express my anger. This is my goddamn stream. I'm allowed to express my goddamn anger. I'm just joking. Except I'm not joking, motherfucker. Remember when Richard Medhurst shamed people for celebrating Biden's win when in reality they were celebrating the fact Trump lost? Yeah, Richard Medhurst is a fucking moron. I like your hair. Thank you. I didn't brush it this morning and I slept like a piece of garbage. Yo, okay, for my Doom stream later, should I get high again? This is how addictions start. Should I get high again? I feel like I haven't been high on stream in a long time. Like, when's the last time I've gotten high on a stream? Like, at least marijuana high, I should say. I should specify. Because I think that was a long time ago. Probably like in December. Right? Hart, you're awesome. You're funny as fuck. And if you can give us that shit, woof. And if you can give us that shit, I can give you awesome vibes and some distressing de-stressing, not distressing. De-stressing Eli. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll do more shroom streams at some point. You bet. You have to realize I don't announce these things. Sometimes I'm on a substance, sometimes I'm not. You just have to be able to figure it out. Just figure it out. You got it. This is why you got to watch all the streams. You never know when you're going to miss a stream of me getting shit-faced. Go on a tolerance break? Eh. I was just on a tolerance break. The Capitol riot, weren't you hot? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. The stream's gone, so... You've never seen me high on stream. No, we'll see. Is that a Mega Man long sleeve? No, it's a Mega Man short sleeve. As you can see, my skin is being exposed. Can you see? I don't know why this is so difficult for me. There it is. See? I'm wasting it? No. No such thing as a waste. Wait at least a couple of days. I might. Well, the thing is, I don't want to do it every day. So if I'm gonna do it again, I'd rather just do it now, and then reset later. That's my thought process. But anyway, I will see y'all later today. I would like to say thank you for watching. Is that a sack on top? Yes, I'm wearing a sack. Not to be confused with the press secretary, Jen Psaki. See? That was funny. Do a funny video where you see funny videos about Eastern Europe. Or I could not do that because I don't want to. So, anyway, folks, again, I've been watching, I think that was in December. I don't know. If you want to see me be high while on a podcast, you can go watch my Good Morning Comrade appearance from September, I think, where I was high as fuck. Because these motherfuckers were like, yeah, we're gonna start it at like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Little did I know, they meant like fucking like I don't know, like European time or something, because they were several hours late. Yeah, and they didn't tell me about time zones. Yeah, we're gonna have it at this time zone. Woo! Like, bitch motherfucker. Anyway, fuck Good Morning Comrade. All my homies hate Good Morning Comrade. Yo, I still got the game filter. Oh, damn, bitch! Alright, bitch. It's over. It's done. It's done. Enjoy the destruction of your ears. Enjoy.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing. And by the way, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And